Okay, back again, first video done. Just means I'm 10 minutes in. Probably be about a 4-parter today, which is a real pain to download, but it's never been about the views, it's always just been about the process. I mean, it won't really mean anything to any of the viewers, but I think this is more a diary for myself. It's been interesting. Oops, slipping down. I mean, we're 62 now. I have talked about 80, I have talked about 70, looks like a definite possibility, barring injury. I did talk about 100, but then it's just figures really. If I get to those figures, then great. If not, then I've already passed. There's been a lot of thoughts. I mean, FCP, is it doable? I don't know if it's doable this year, but I do think it's doable next. I think whenever I go walking with Annika, we're talking about new and unusual walks. We did look at the labyrinth by Edinburgh University, which doesn't quite, it's not really that big. I don't doubt there's about a mile's walking in it, but it's just not that big. I suppose there's about half a dozen walks which I still need to explore, and it's just a question of me getting off my arse first thing in the morning and doing it. Getting to these places. There's one of them today which I'm going in that direction anyway, that I really should have got up earlier. Rather than being stuck with the same walk all the time, or most of it. Yeah, but at least I'm getting a walk in every day, near enough. 18 days, 18 out of 22 days. No matter how big or short, then it's always nice to get one in. It's always nice just to feel, I don't know if grounded comes to mind, but I noticed on one of the American-based Society for Barefoot Living or something like that website, Yahoo groups, there's been a lot of debate about the effectiveness of grounding. I don't know. If it works for you, it works for you. If that's what you want to believe, I don't know about the natural kind of confuses me anyway. Personally, it's never been about that. It's been about the sensory experience. So therefore, I don't know if it's about bringing you more to one with Mother Earth. I just think it brings out the walk. I suppose, I mean, there could be the issues to do with the immune system. Well, if it does, then great. My immune system took a real hammering last year, or this year. It's funny how I feel little bits of coldness in my feet, but not a lot, once you get going. It's like, how do I put this? It's almost like you're doing any form of exercise and the body's getting pumped up a bit. And you get completely warmed up, and it just doesn't just relate to your upper body, it relates to the whole body. I guess that's the only way I can put it. But I guess I've said that often enough. Right, okay, this is going to be interesting. Now, yesterday I never touched this, partly because well, it was wet and I was already soaked. Basically I was soaked from the waist down yesterday, even before I got to this bit, and I was going there, but perseverance and determination just pushed me on. It's nice to see the bales of hay, but I dare say there's more work to be done in these fields, a lot more work. For all the years of me living in the country, it's amazing how little I know about farming. However, here I'm walking about in discarded hay, and obviously it's quite soft because the rain's got at it. You can't really see anything on it or under it, but you can maybe hear a little bit of wind. Yesterday's walk was just one for, it was one of those where I kind of felt like I had to do it. And because I felt like I had to do it, then I did what I had to and got out. Yeah, okay, I still walked to the southern side. I never did the full thing, or what I would class as a full thing, but it felt good. I'll never say it didn't feel good. I'll never say that I regret any kind of walk. Okay, my only regret is that I never quite got to, I was in a conversation with somebody, so something that I couldn't avoid. And there we go, about halfway. Okay, I am tanking it today, but, or I think I am, just about at the halfway point, or just over that. I suppose I should really measure how far this is, but I reckon maybe just a couple of miles, but did about, what, 5 kilometres on, so what, about 3.5 miles, 3 miles or so on Forth Road Bridge. Then I think the first walk, that was about, it'd be about 3 miles, so that's about the longest I've walked barefoot. That doesn't prepare you for the distance. You'll have to cover at least 3 times that on the FCP, and over gravel in some parts, and over, you know, that terrain where you've got like the small bits of stone sticking out of an otherwise hard terrain. So that is between, you've got 3 miles of that between Kinghorn and Kirkcaldy. It's interesting, when I was looking at the training that Julia Chai did for her run across Spain, it's looking at that sort of training. Okay, I'm not a runner, and I probably should find places where that would be handy if I was. But it's also trying to find the right terrain for that. Now, it'd be about 18 months ago, I did try running on a treadmill barefoot, and I think it lasted about 10 minutes before my feet really started to get burned. Admittedly, I was doing little more than a very fast walk, but like I've always said, my days of running are long gone. But no, 10 seconds, we'll continue this in a minute.